Long ago, before the earth was shaped and the skies found their voice, before rivers found their paths and mountains dared to rise, there existed only silence, darkness, and the boundless waters of creation. And from the depth of these divine waters came a radiant being, flowing like a river and fierce like a storm. Her name was Yemoja, the mother of all life, the divine womb of the universe, the one whose tears birthed oceans and whose laughter made springs dance from dry land. Yemoja did not crawl nor walk into existence. She surged. Her essence was the sacred water that nourished the very core of creation. Where other orishas were shaped and assigned duties, Yemoja was the duty. She was creation, protection, nurturing, vengeance, healing, all wrapped in the endless movement of water. Her voice could be calm like a lullaby, or thunderous like the waterfall crashing from the heavens. Her body shimmered like moonlight dancing on a river, and her hair flowed endlessly behind her like braided currents woven with seashells and cowries. Yemoja's home was not on land, nor among palaces. Her palace lay beneath the flowing rivers and beneath the tides of the ocean, an underwater realm made of coral, peril, and the mysteries the surface world could never understand. Her servants were fish, her messengers the waves, and her throne was a shell larger than mountains, resting at the bottom of the deepest sea. But though she lived in the water, her reach extended far beyond to the skies, the forests. Wherever water flowed, Yemoja was present. Her power was infinite. She could whisper to the ocean and awaken a wave that could drown a kingdom. She could caress a stream and it would heal any sickness. Her tears were sacred. Each drop could create a new life or awaken a sleeping soul. It was she who blessed wombs and opened the way for fertility. It was she who held the hearts of midwives and guided babies safely into the world. Even the other orishas sought her counsel, for Yemoja's dreams were deep and filled with prophecy. She saw what others could not just what is, but what could be. Yemoja was not alone in the divine world. She found in Obatala, the Orisha of wisdom, purity, and calm creation, a worthy companion. Obatala molded beings from clay, but it was Yemoja who guided them into the earth, infusing them with life-giving waters that allowed them to thrive. Their love was like a river and mountain, strong, unmoving, ever present. Obatala would often retreat to his high mountains for solitude and reflection, but Yemoja remained among the people, flowing through their villages in spirit, whispering to the healers, the mothers, and the lost. Together, they brought balance, sky and sea, thought and feeling, form and breath. Though she was a goddess of nurturing and motherhood, Yemoja was no stranger to battle. In fact, Some of the most vicious wars among the Orishas were fought with Yemoja standing at the front, wielding water not just as a life but as a weapon. In her early days, long before mankind could speak, Yemoja had to face Ajogunmi, the dark demon of corrupted waters. Ajogun had found a way to poison rivers with bitterness and sorrow, turning once pure waters into thick black slimes that made entire villages fall into madness. Obatala himself was weakened by the corruption, and the land cried out for help. Yemoja rose from her palace, not as a soft mother, but as a roaring goddess of vengeance. She called forth an army of river spirits, and with her sacred fan made of fish bones and whale teeth, she summoned whirlpools that ripped through the demon's strongholds. The skies turned gray and her power rose. She trapped Ajogunmi in an eternal underwater prison, sealed by chains made of lightning and bones of extinct sea creatures. From that day on, she blessed every stream she passed with her essence to ensure purity would never be stolen again. Years later, another storm came in the form of a rogue Orisha known as Efon Alare, the spirit of dry winds. Efon had grown jealous of Yemoja's influence and sought to dry up her waters to prove that land was superior to the sea. He began a terrible drought that cracked riverbeds and turned oceans into salt flats. The people begged Yemoja to fight. With eyes glowing silver, she summoned the rain clouds hidden in the belly of the earth. She danced for 3 days, her feet striking the soil and calling to forgotten rain spirits. On the 4th day, a thunderstorm swept the land, and Efon Alare was blown back into the farthest corners of the earth. Yemoja restored every well and river with a touch, reminding the world that no wind could stand against the ocean. One of her most heartbreaking battles was not against demons or rebel gods, but against Shango, the fiery Orisha of thunder, who once let pride cloud his judgment. Drunk with power, Shango started a war among mortals, believing his thunder should be the only force the people feared. Villages burned, and the air was heavy with ash. Yemoja, in her sorrow, rose from the waters in the form of a storm and confronted him. "Your fire may burn fast," her voice heavy with darkness and sadness. "But even fire must bow to the flood." Their battle raged for days. Lightning clashed with crashing waves. Steam rose where the powers collided. In the end, Yemoja did not destroy Shango. Instead, she wrapped him in a veil of rain, cooling his rage, and carried him in a storm back to his palace. She whispered wisdom into his heart, and though he never admitted defeat, Shango walked more humbly after that. Yemoja's influence spread beyond the land of the Orishas. When people were captured and taken across the Atlantic during the age of slavery, they cried out to her. The ocean that was meant to be a grave became a sacred space, for Yemoja traveled with them. Her spirits followed the enslaved, wrapping them in dreams, protecting their children, whispering courage in the night. Even as they crossed into new worlds, her name endured. Yemoja in Brazil, Yemoja in Cuba, the Syrian in Haiti. She became the symbol of survival, of holding onto roots even when they are buried under pain. In every generation, she appeared to her daughters, women with healing hands, soft voices, strong backs. She taught them to be fearless in love, fierce in protection, and faithful in hope. And to her sons, she gave the strength to cry without shame, to nurture without apology, and to protect without violence. Today, her name is still called at the edges of the rivers and oceans. Women wear white and walk into the waves, offering perfumes, flowers, and mirrors so she can see her beauty reflected back. They sing songs of gratitude. They ask for fertility, for protection, for peace. Sailors still call on her for safe passage. Mothers whisper her name during childbirth, and the broken-hearted cry into rivers, knowing she will carry their pain away. Yemoja remains, ever flowing, ever present. Her story is not just a tale from the past. It is a river that still runs, for she is in every drop of water that nourishes a seed, in every wave that kisses the shore, in every tear of grief and joy. She is the divine mother, the fearless warrior, the wise healer, the eternal sea. Yemoja is the reminder that even the softest waters can shape the hardest stone. She teaches us that motherhood is not weakness, but divine power, that healing and protection can go hand in hand, and that no matter how far we roam, the mother spirit flows with us. So when next you hear the sound of a river or the crashing waves, pause. You may just be hearing the voice of Yemoja, mother of all living things. And as long as there is water on earth, Yemoja shall never die. I hope you have enjoyed this exploration of Yemoja's journey. Please like, comment, share this video, and subscribe to our channel for more educative and inspiring stories and myths. Until next time, this is Folktales by Fayoke, where history comes alive.